Hello. So this is going to be a really easy 15-minute yoga flow just to give you a taste. So if you've got a mat, you may not have a mat, but if you do, roll it out. If not, I'll have to give you a mat. You might just have to be on a towel or something. So we're going to start over in child's pose. So spreading the knees nice and wide as the mat. Toes come together to touch. And then you're just melting the heart all the way forward, down onto the earth, and just resting the forehead on the earth. So just staying there, and I'm just going to keep talking to you while you're in this pose. So if you really want to spread wide through the fingers, just enjoy this sensation of being still for a moment, especially someone like yourself who's very busy, spends a lot of time rushing around on the phone. So just allowing yourself to arrive in the present moment. And we connect with the breath. So yoga is all about conscious breathing. So maybe this is the first time today you've even noticed that you're breathing. So just allowing the inhale to meet the exhale. And again, nice deep inhale and letting it all go. And just keep breathing, just trying to focus on the breath. So we don't want the mind to wander for the next 15 minutes. Just use this time to declutter anything you've been carrying around and just simply be here in this moment. We'll slowly walk the hands off the mat. So we're going to bring them all the way over to the right and just creep them as far as they can possibly go. And just landing there, opening up through the side of the body. Forehead back down to the earth. Slowly, hands back through center. And all the way over to the other side. So creeping them as far as they can go, opening up through the side of the body. Obviously, we don't need to forget to breathe. So coming back into the center, finding child's pose. Just knowing this is a beautiful pose to come back to at any time throughout the class. And when you're ready, we're slowly making our way up onto all fours. So onto tabletop position, knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders, nice neutral spine. And we're going to make our way through cat and cow position. So on the inhale, the belly drops, we gaze up to the sky. Exhale, tucking the chin, rounding through the spine. And again, inhale, belly drops down to the earth, gazing up. And we tuck the chin and round through the spine. So just keep rippling through these movements. Nice happy cow out in the paddock, into an angry cat down the back gully. We just keep flowing with the breath. Maybe you want to draw a little figure of 8 with the hips. Whatever feels organic for your body here. Just moving into the spine. And feeling the breath flow through the body. And no rush whatsoever, but when you are ready, finishing the next round, finding a neutral spine, and we're setting up for our first downward facing dog. So I like to bring the hands, one handprint forward, spread wide through the fingers. We tuck the toes, we reach the sit bones high to the sky. So just readjusting yourself here. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Sit bones are reaching high to the sky. Heels are trying to reach the back of the mat. Just breathing into the pose. Downward facing dog, one of the most well-known poses of yoga. You may want to find a little pedal of the feet here, so lifting one heel, lifting the other, just pedaling out the feet, walking out the dog. And we find stillness when you're ready. We're making our way up onto the toes, bending the knees, gazing to the hands. We're taking tiny little baby steps, about 10 steps to get there, all the way up to the hands. And then we're going to bring the feet nice and wide. Just turn around so you can see. So nice wide feet, bending generously into the knees, finding opposite elbows with the hands. And then we're just hanging here in ragdoll. So a little nod of the head, yes. Shake of the head, no. And then we'll just gently sway from side to side. So just nice mindful movement, no rush. Imagining you're moving through honey. Releasing the lower back. Slowly releasing the hands to the earth. We're heel-toeing the feet back in together. And then we're going to find a halfway lift. So inhale, hands come to the shins. Nice flat back, crown of the head reaches forward, embracing the core and gently folding. We'll slowly unravel all the way up to standing. One link of the spine at a time. And then when you're ready, slowly reaching the hands all the way up to the sky, gazing up to the thumbs. And then we pull all that energy down to our heart, hands at prayer, standing tall. And we'll flow. Inhale to reach high, gaze high, find length in the side of the body. And we slowly fold all the way down to the earth. Halfway lift, flat back. Planting the hands, stepping into high plank. So I want you to hold high plank here for a moment. We're pushing the earth away from us, zipping up through the belly. One line from the crown of the head through to the heels. And then we'll just take a little rock from front to back. And then when you're ready, next time you come forward, we're holding it there as if we're peering over a cliff. Elbows in nice and close. We're slowly lowering all the way down onto the belly, untucking the toes, coming into Cobra Pose. So squeezing shoulder blades together and gently releasing. So 2 more of those. Hands frame the chest. Inhale, shoulder blades are kissing together. Gently releasing. Last one, inhale, cobra, and release. We're slowly coming back onto the knees, knees wide, toes to touch, finding child's pose for a moment. Stay here for as long as you need to. And then when you are ready, we're meeting back in downward facing dog. So tucking the toes, sit bones are reaching high, maybe a little pedal if you need to. And then land in stillness. Breathing into it. We're going to go do one full salute of the sun, so you'll know exactly what it is now. So we come up onto the toes, bend the knees, gaze to the hands, stepping or floating up to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift when you get there. So hands to shins, flat back, exhale to fold. Slowly unraveling the spine, coming up to standing. Reaching the hands all the way up to the sky, gazing up to the thumbs, hands to the heart. And again, inhale to float high, exhale to fold. Halfway lift, flat back, high plank. So if you're feeling good, you can jump back to high plank like so. You can lower all the way down onto the belly. Inhale for Cobra. Exhale, we ripple straight back, downward facing dog. We'll land here for a moment, take a breath. On the next inhale, our right leg is floating nice and high to the sky. So this is three-legged dog. Shoulders stay square to the earth. We're going to bring the knee through to the nose here for a tiger curl. Keep the belly nice and tight. We're planting the foot, finding a low lunge, dropping the back knee, untucking the toes. Inhale to reach high, Anjaneyasana, and hands to the heart. And again, once more, inhale to float the hands, and then pulling them through to the heart. Going to set up for a beautiful hamstring stretch, so framing the foot here. Then we're just straightening our front leg. So you may just be able to straighten it a little bit. You may come all the way up onto the heel, toes reaching towards the face, melting down into the hammy. Holding it here, breathing into it, and just letting yourself enjoy this stretch. We're slowly re-bending into the knee, finding our low lunge. This time, left hand's planting, right hand's floating for a nice open twist. So opening the heart to the side of the room. And slowly releasing, framing the foot with the hands. This time we're coming onto the ball of our back foot. So low runner's lunge here, as if we're about to start a 100-meter sprint. And then we're just going to rock from front to back. So get a little bit of momentum. And then when you're ready, back foot floating forward, meeting in a forward fold, feet together. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale to fold. Slowly unraveling all the way up to standing. Reaching high, gazing nice and high. Hands to the heart. We're finding a pistol grip here, so making a pistol with the hands, we're reaching high. We're going to make our way over to the right side, so just leaning into it, maybe closing down the eyes, finding length in the side of the body. Don't forget to breathe. And slowly back to the center, other side, leaning into it, just going as far as feels comfortable. Slowly back to center, hands coming to the heart. Inhale to flow, reaching high, gazing high, folding all the way down to the earth. Halfway lift, flat back, flowing through to down dog. So planting the hands, either jumping or stepping back to high plank, lowering it down, inhaling for Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Into the other side, the left leg is floating high, three-legged dog. Finding length, shoulders are square. Knee coming through to the nose for tiger curl. planting the foot, dropping the back knee. Beautiful low lunge. Inhale, reaching the hands, Anjaneyasana, and hands to the heart. And again, inhale to float the hands high and through to the heart. We're going to set up for our hamstring stretch. So this is called half splits, half Hanuman. When you're ready, gently straightening the leg, coming onto the heel again if that feels good, activating the hamstring, and just finding the spot that feels good for you. We're not here to cause ourselves any pain. And when you're feeling ready, slowly coming back into our low lunge. This time the right hand plants, left hand floating high, opening the heart to the side. Nice easy twist. Slowly coming back to frame the foot and setting ourselves up onto the ball of the back foot, into our low runner's lunge, little rock from front to back. And then when you're ready, back foot floats to meet the front foot. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to fold forward. Slowly unraveling all the way up to standing, reaching high, gazing high, pulling all that energy to our heart. Beautiful. One last flow through to down dog. Inhale to float the arms. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift, flat back, planting the hands, finding high plank, all the way down to low plank. Inhale for Cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Landing here for a moment. Breathing into the pose. And we're slowly walking the hands all the way back to the feet. So about 10 handprints to get there. And then when we get there, we're just gently tracing the earth, so just swinging from side to side. And then we're just going to gently come up each time we sway. So every time you move from side to side, just let the spine slowly unravel until we come all the way up. We're doing nice, big twists from side to side. Then we're just going to come into one standing pose before we go down onto our backs. So tree pose. So we'll start by grounding into the left foot. Right foot can come next to the ankle. You can bring it onto the shin below the knee, or you can use the hand and bring it all the way up above the knee. You might be a bit wobbly. I'm a bit wobbly at the moment. Hands coming to the heart. So just finding somewhere to settle the gaze. It's not easy to balance on one leg, so just finding strength, enjoying the shakes. If you wish, you can grow the branches nice and tall. So tree pose, sinking the roots deep, reaching tall. Breathing, holding it here. Slowly, hands back to the heart and release the foot to the earth. Giving everything a little shake of the wrists, and then straight into the other side. So setting yourself up wherever suits you, just not on the knee. Settling the gaze onto the earth. Embracing the wobbles. Hands to the heart. Settling the gaze. Just Just imagining that you're a real yogi out on a mountain somewhere. We gently grow the branches nice and tall, sink the roots deep. Just being proud of yourself, thanking your body for carrying you through the practice. Never forgetting how amazing you are. Always too hard on ourselves in life, so just giving yourself some love as you're standing strong and tall. Hands coming to the heart, gently releasing the feet, little shake. And we're just going to simply, nothing too fancy, step forward, come down onto the earth, hug the knees into the chest, and just a little rock from side to side, curling up into a little ball, giving yourself a giant hug because you deserve a hug. And then when you're ready, we'll just do a little rock from front to back as well. So just seeing if you can touch each link of the spine onto the earth. And then gently planting the feet. We're just going to we're going to hug the knees in again. We're going to straighten the left leg out nice and long and just squeeze the right leg into the chest as tight as possible. And when you're ready, we're finding a supine twist. So right leg comes all the way across the body and we're gazing away from the leg. So just rinsing out the body. It's always beautiful to finish a yoga class in a twist. They're so good for our internal organs. Just enjoying this longer hold. Maybe close down the eyes. And slowly coming back to the center. And again, we're going to hug both knees in, squeeze tight. This time, right leg long, keeping hold of the left, squeezing it tight. And finding supine twist. Bringing the leg all the way across the body, gazing away from the leg. Again, enjoying that rinsing sensation. Softening the eyes closed and just holding it here for a moment. Gently coming back to the center, hugging both knees in. And then that should be about 15 minutes. It could have been longer, but anyway, we're going to finish in Shavasana, final resting pose. So stay here as long as you need to. We just let both legs go out long onto the earth. One last roll of the shoulders. Hands are opened up to the sky. Always hands open as a symbol of receiving all the beautiful benefits of this practice. And the purpose of this pose is just to purely be here in this moment. The mind is empty, the body is completely still. You're free to completely relax. Just a few moments of your day, so there's nothing you need to do. Give yourself permission. If you do have time to stay here, stay here for as long as you like. Otherwise, if you're ready to get on with your day, little movement back into the body, little wriggles of the fingers, wriggles of the toes. And then we're gently going to reach the hands high onto the earth above us. So one last big body yawn, reaching through the fingers, pointing through the toes, and then hugging the knees into the chest, thanking your amazing body, thanking yourself. And we gently roll over onto the right side. We're going to make our way up into a comfortable seated position. So either cross-legged or coming onto the knees. I quite like to just come up onto the knees and sit back into hero's pose. We'll take one last inhale, reaching the hands high and hands to the heart. Softening the eyes closed and finding a moment of gratitude. Slight little smile on the face. And we honour the bright light that is shining in each and every one of us as we humbly say, Namaste. Thanks very much for practicing. That actually turned out to be 27 minutes, not 15. Sorry about that. I don't even think I can do a quick flow. Anyway, let me know how you go. Namaste.